gorgeous. Welcome back to my channel. So today I want to have the conversation about skinny privilege or thin privilege and how I use it to social climb and how I've maintained it over the years. No disclaimers, no everyone is beautiful fluff. We know that, we heard it, but today I want to talk about the quiet part out loud, because skinny privilege is a social currency. And if there's one thing that I realized entering this decade, is that the world treats a thin woman with a certain look as a VIP, regardless of which actually is in her bank account. So today I'm going to be breaking down how I maintain that privilege, why I treat my aesthetic like a full-time job, and how that translates into social climbing and elevating my life. So if that makes you uncomfortable, honestly, this video is not for you. Please click off if you're sensitive, if you're a big back belly, get off this video because you're going to be triggered and you're going to be upset. But you got to understand that ignoring the rules of the game doesn't mean that you aren't playing it. So in high value rooms and in rooms of status, your body is your first resume. So people assume you have your life together because you have your physical under control. I've watched doors open for me that stayed shut for much more talented people simply because I fit the aesthetic of the room. It's cynical, yeah, but it's also a tool. Talk about the maintenance. People love to say, oh, I just eat whatever. I don't. Maintaining this level of thinness while staying elevated, meaning I don't look haggard or tired, is a major project. It's not just about the gym, it's about the food logic. I review social dining as performance. I'm the girl who orders the most interesting thing but only eats half. The high maintenance to be low maintenance rule. Getting the treatments, the Pilates, the lymphatic drainage, the skin prep, so that when I show up effortlessly, I put in 10 hours of prep that week, because I take my beauty and my social climbing very seriously. And a lot of people who don't show up in that way, or they don't show up in that way for themselves, they're not going to understand that. So they're not going to understand, someone like me who is not afraid of putting in work within my body so that I can maintain on top and that I can keep the privileges that I want. In this case, it would be thin privilege. And I maintain this currency so that I can get ahead and get the things that I want within life. A lot of women that don't show up for themselves are extremely jealous of women that do, because they're lazy and they just want the results. So they'll verbally throw like hate or shade or whatever at you, but secretly want your lifestyle. Like a lot of the women that idolize some of these like Instagram or IG baddies, right? Look at them. A lot of times they're overweight. They're underprivileged as far as their looks. They're not really, that attractive. And so they look up to these girls and they idolize them because they secretly want that life. And sometimes it can turn into them being envious or jealous or hateful, or leaving hate comments or saying that they just don't like this girl for whatever reason. And it's really because they want their life. And it's like if you stop being a hater and you actually like put the work in, like you too can, have that lifestyle. We're all humans. No one's like a special human or whatever. It may take you a little longer, but you could definitely do the same thing that, other people are doing. We all live in the same world. And a part of it is my my wardrobe. So thin privilege only works for social climbing if the tailoring is perfect. So if you're going to use your body as a pass for higher social circles, you have to dress like you belong there before you actually do. So when I go out, I'm always making sure that I look nice. I'm dressed perfectly for the event. I'm seeing if it's any colors I'm missing. I'm always shopping at the latest stores. I love Pinterest, so I have a Pinterest board that I use, and it's literally like all kinds of different fashion senses and styles that I like. I'm constantly changing my aesthetic, and when I go out to higher circles and higher class places, I make sure that I wear perfect outfits. Like for me, I'm more of like a light caramel color, so I feel really confident like when I wear like pinks, or I wear stuff that are like floral and girly and gold. I look really good in that kind of color. I look good in black, of course. Black makes most women or all women look good. Like you look extremely slim. So I feel like my body type really shows in that. I really love 2-piece sets, especially in the summer, like something that I can dress, cute, whether I wear like, a tutu skirt and, like a fur top and some heels or some thigh-high boots. Like I love matching sets, especially like if I can't put anything else together, you can never go wrong with a really cute matching set. And you don't have to spend like $1 million or anything. Like you could go to sites like, Shein. You could go to Fashion Nova and find things. I really love Zara. I'm a Zara girl. So Zara has a really lot of cute outfits, as well as like Akira. They have great outfits for women. So like if you're just getting started into like your fashion and you're trying to figure out like can I go to get some cute clothes, those sites and stores that I just named, they definitely have a lot of cute clothes, especially that are tailored to slimmer women. So how does this actually help you elevate? It's the halo effect. So when I walk into a gala, a high-end lounge, or a tech mixer, my appearance acts as a verified badge. It grants me the benefit of the doubt. The access. You get invited to the after party or the after party, if you know what I mean. And if you care about, dating, or you care about, attracting high value men, the men in these type of circles, they usually have a type that starts with like a certain silhouette. Access to their networks is definitely a shortcut. So if you're a woman that wants to like social climb through high value men, you definitely want to know how to dress and carry yourself within these circles, so it can help you, grow your network and build yourself up as a woman through, patriarchy. And being thin and put together, it also makes you a safe bet for other high status women. So you aren't a project, you're an equal. So if you're someone that also wants to make women friends, so want to be around other high value women, you want to look the part. Like you don't want to look like you don't fit in. Women are very shallow. Sad to say, women are very shallow. So if you look like you're fitting, or you look like you're up the part, or you look like you're dressed in, you'll feel more comfortable, especially like when you're around other women. You won't feel, insecure, or you won't feel inferior to different women just because they're dressed different or whatever. So you kind of just want to stay within your class. And, this could help you, get around women that you like to be around, or women that inspire you, or women that are in shape like you, or if you're a gym girly, get into the gym. You want to basically put yourself into a position of the people who you want to be like, or aspire to be. So however you want to be, you have to think of like what that looks like for you, what kind of hobbies you want to have, what kind of dream life that you want to have. What does the best version of yourself look like? How does that look? And if you admire a certain aesthetic, think about things that come with that aesthetic besides just the looks. So it also plays into your hobbies. This is something that I learned in my early 20s, that, people treat you differently when you're thinner. People treat you differently when you're smaller. People are more patient with you. They're more nicer to you. Interested into what I had to say. I attracted different groups that I like. So that's a part of the privilege that I really enjoy. So instead of acting like it didn't matter, I asked myself, how do I move intentionally instead of emotionally? And I stopped using my body as self-expression and more of a social currency, which is something that I value a lot. So because I value social currency a lot, I don't want to lose that. So I maintain my thin privilege by making sure that I have good habits that keeps my body in shape. Some of my real life habits are: one, I never let myself spiral eat. So if I've had a bad day, I don't punish my body for it. Two, I don't snack mindlessly. Snacking is where most weight gain hides. So a lot of times when women are upset or stressed or they're depressed, they start to, overly snack, overly eat. If you're a stress eater, you have to find something else to alleviate that stress outside of snacking, which instead of saying, oh, I'm stressed, I really need to go eat this, box of burgers, or I need to go to, Royal Farms and get me a chicken box and some fries and some chips and some juice. Instead of saying that, say, hey, I'm stressed out. Let me work this energy off. Let me go, listen to a podcast. Let me go to the gym and work out so that I look good, because I know that in the long run, that's going to work out, which is why it's considered delayed gratification. And three, I prioritize walking. Walking helps keep you lean without masculizing your body or stressing your nervous system. I want to maintain thin privilege, but I don't want to look masculine. So when I work out, I make sure that I don't overdo it as far as, doing pull-ups or overdo it with my calves and stuff. And I personally got me a personal trainer that, I was told them about the kind of body type that I want. I still want to look very natural. I just want to maintain small. And so I learned, body workouts that help me with that. 4, I eat the same meals often because they keep me small, and trying different foods, you don't know how your body will overact. So stick to what works for you. It's okay to try new foods here and there, but sticking to the plan, sticking with what works has never failed me. Consistency keeps you stable. 5, I stop eating before I'm full. That just satisfied feeling, that's the sweet spot. This isn't obsession. This is about maintenance. So as soon as I feel my stomach getting tight or whatever, I know that it's time for me to stop eating. Saying that thin privilege makes you worthy. If you don't have thin privilege, you're unworthy. What I'm saying is it makes your life smoother. It makes spaces easier to navigate in. You're more seen as a trophy or a woman of status or a woman that's more valuable versus thin when you do not have it. A thin woman that looks chaotic is not the same as a thin woman that looks poised. So outside of my thin privilege, I also prioritize, my hair care. I care about my hair. I make sure that I wash my hair once a week. I wash my hair once a week. I have this oil, the wild growth oil. I use that to help grow my hair. I go back in the day where we put the Blue Magic. Going back to Blue Magic has helped my hair grow so much. I put it all in my scalp. I also have hair foods and stuff that I use to my hair. I play music to help me do it, because sometimes maintaining my hair, it gets really, annoying, especially as a Black woman. I'm oh my gosh, I have to deal with this hair. I don't want to deal with it. And I usually will wear in a shortcut. I do some finger waves or something. But recently I've been growing it out, and I've been doing length checks. So that also helps me stay focused and prioritize my hair care by having things to look forward to. So you could say, okay, well, if I do my hair, I can check my lift and I can see how much my hair grows. Or, I'll play this song that I've really been wanting to listen to all day when I do my hair care. So I'm going to be excited to listen to the song. So think of other things that will help shift the focus off of essentially the work. If you're that kind of thinker, that's like, I don't want to do the work, I'd rather just lounge somewhere else. Or if you're a person that's, on YouTube and you like to listen to YouTube, have the YouTube video playing in the background from your favorite YouTuber that's long enough where it can last through your hair care video. That way you're still getting that dopamine from something else. Clothes are also a must. So if you don't know your size, you can go to any clothing store and you can get your waist measured and they will tell you your size, especially when it comes to like bras and tops. If your weight goes up and down, you might not understand like what your size is or what you're wearing. You want to wear clothes that fit. Please don't wear like clothes that are like loose and baggy. It just doesn't really look good. You want to wear clothes that fit and that are suitable for you. You don't want to wear anything that's extremely too tight where it looks like you're suffocating and it's just not flattering for your body. And also, skin stretches and it's okay even if you're skinny and you have like a roll or two. I mean, that's totally natural, but like when you wear tight clothes, it's going to show within the clothes and throughout the clothes, and it's just not really a good look. So get to know your size. And also, like when you're shopping online, read the reviews. So a lot of times, you might see like a small online and it's really like fit like a medium, or you might see an extra small that fits a little bigger, or you might see a small that fits like an extra small. So read the reviews online from people that are similar to your body type, so that you can know, how the clothes are fitting before you order it online. That's like one of my main tips that I learned versus just going by what the site says. I read the reviews of the clothing, and with, TikTok and YouTube, you can definitely search up the item that you're trying to buy, especially like if you're ordering off a popular, fashion site like Fashion Over or something like that. Subtone makeup. I love makeup. I never listen to people that, tell me to not wear makeup in order to keep my face small and keep things going on. I like to wear like subtone makeup. I like to wear makeup that, fits my face, fits my bone structure. So if you have like an oval type of face, you want to look that up. You can go on Pinterest to find images and pictures of people that have your face shape and look at the different makeup styles and things that they use for their face, because that's how you can structure yours. Or you can go on YouTube and look up tutorials, like let's say if you have a more, square face, makeup types for people that have square face, or makeup types for people that have, larger foreheads. I'm a woman that has like a larger forehead, more so similar to like a Drea or a Rihanna or so. So I've learned how to conquer my forehead within makeup, and I've learned how to wear certain hairstyles that looks best for me. Like a lot of times women think that they're unattractive, and it's not because they're actually unattractive. It's just they just don't know what to do with themselves, or they don't know how to enhance their looks. They don't know what works for them. So you have to try different things. And if you're a woman that doesn't really know like what kind of hair works for her, you could go to a beauty supply store. It's about $1 for a wig app, and you could just try on different wigs. So have like some colors in mind, whether it's like I want to try like blonde, see how I look with black, see how I look with golden brown hair, or see how I look with whether it's pink hair, whatever it is. You can just go to the store and ask to try on those colors in person, and then you can order their hair online, because you get better deals online versus when you're at a store and you're shopping at a beauty supply. They definitely like charge for wigs and hair ×2. So you can definitely play dress up that way as well. And they have, AI apps. So if you're someone that's like, I don't want to go out to the store, or I'm so introverted, you can literally put your photo within like Google Gemini or ChatGPT and say, hey, can you post me, make an image of me with like black straight hair, etc. And it will show you the way that you would look like with that kind of hair. I don't recommend that, but if you're someone that's super introverted, or you just want results right away, you're not patient enough to do so, or you don't feel like going to the store, you're listening to this video and you kind of want to do it right now, that's the way for you to do so. Everyone has tools in life that they're willing to use, and then privilege is one of mine. It's mainly because of alignment. This is what this video is about alignment. And I maintain my body the same way you would want to maintain your credit score, because that's currency. Your credit is going to be the things that is going to get you access to things or get you denied to things. When you have good credit, you're seen as more trustworthy. Same with your body. When you have a good body shape, you're seen as more trustworthy. You're seen as more safe. You're seen as more disciplined. You're seen as someone who cares about themselves. Most people want to talk to people that care about themselves. People are very shallow in this world, and they want to be around people that are great or seem like they can be doing better than them, or seem like they're on the same level. And your body definitely shows what kind of person you are and how much you care about yourself. You don't have to agree with that, but the truth is the world rewards certain body type more than others. It's the truth. Research shows that in about 71 countries in the world, people, regardless of their own personal weight, they prefer slimmer or thinner body types over heavier ones. So this is not just me talking. This is actual real life stats and from other human beings of the world outside of me and outside of my opinion. Research on the physical attractiveness stereotype shows that people often assign intelligence and positive personality traits to more attractive, which oftentimes associates with thinness under current beauty ideals. That's not just looks, that's social advantage. Plus, weight bias isn't rare. In one multinational study of nearly 14,000 adults across 6 countries, about 58% reported at least one weight stigmatizing experience in their lifetime. So most people within their lifetime, regardless of their weight, have experienced people stigmatizing them based on their weight, and they show that they are treated differently based on how bigger or smaller that they are. Here's another stat that's going to be harder to ignore. Weight discrimination has been reported at rates comparable to racial discrimination for women in the U.S., making it one of the most common forms of bias. People with heavier bodies have described derogatory comments, preferential treatment towards thinner people, negative workplace outcomes, biased healthcare interactions. Some studies have even found that controlling for education and health, heavier women may earn 2 to 6% less in wages than average weight peers. That's financial impact, not just self-esteem. And I don't know about you, but I like my money. I like being seen as, a woman that deserves the best. And when you are heavier or you're not taking care of your body, people feel as though you deserve less because you are walking around and treating yourself as if that is the truth. Oh, if the world gives you smoother social interactions, fewer interruptions, and more assumed better treatment because of your body, that's then privilege. And if you maintain that body intentionally, mentally, socially, physically, you are navigating current reality, not creating it. Whether you choose that path or not is totally up to you. Do you benefit from then privilege? Do you want to benefit from then privilege? If you are a woman that isn't then but like to be then, what are some changes that you're now inspired to make? Thank you. As always, remember to like and to subscribe. Have a good day, dolls.